Guys, this is The Rock here. I'm just gonna continue the video that I had started earlier. It's been a couple days. Happy 4th of July to y'all. It's after 4th of July for me. Hope you guys had a good weekend. But I got the lug nuts changed on all tires for free, thankfully. They covered it. So we're gonna try to continue that. Also, today I picked up my license plates. Now I can't actually have them on the car, but I just put them on there because I've been waiting for this for so long and it looks so sick. And then I ordered from It's Just a Six. He had a good deal going on, so I got this for like $10 and then got a couple of key tags. But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully try to install the lowering springs today. Now I shouldn't have any excuses or reasons to not get it done. Everything should work, fingers crossed. Letting the car cool down, and obviously I need to have the engine bay open up anyways. So we're gonna get to that. Let me start on it. Alright guys, got the wheels off, got the car jacked up. I'm just gonna give a basic breakdown of what tools you need. You will need a 17mm wrench. Use an impact if you do have one. If not, go get one because it will make life 20 times easier. You're gonna need a pry bar tool, like one of those, this thing, not a pry bar, but it's to get those push pins out. Have your adapter, 18mm socket, 13mm socket, doesn't need to be a deep socket, 15mm socket. Now this is basically a 24, but this is a 15-16. You're gonna need this for the front, and a 21. I'm using deep sockets just in case because I don't want it to be too annoying. And then I have a hammer and then a flathead just in case. So now what I'm going to do first is take off this caliper. I'm going to just update you guys once I get all these things off. Alright boys, update. Got the caliper off. What's holding it is two 15mm nuts. Now I don't know if it showed in the other video, like in the other clip, but they're right here. Now you might have to use a pry bar, just like a crowbar, to push the caliper off. Do that, it helps. It's the safest way without messing anything up. I'm seating my caliper on my Kim member because I don't have like a fish hook thing to hold it up. But the next thing I did was I took off these speed sensors. Go buy this if you don't have this. It's the push pin removal tool, probably like $10-12. Saves you a lot of money and a lot of clips. That's what I took off. Now what I'm going to be doing is taking off the end link right here. What you need is, where'd it go? 17mm wrench. Use the open end. What you're going to do is, you can see it. So this is an 18 in the front, right? Behind it is the 17 nut that you just kind of like jam this in there, and then you're gonna break this open. So I'm gonna do that and then update you guys on the next step. Okay, got the end link off. Use a 17 right here, an open end ratchet. Hold that in place. And I'm moving mine out the way. Here's the actual nut. This is an 18. Use an impact gun and make sure your battery's charged. Don't want to mess around with it. I would recommend using a deep socket because otherwise you will be wasting time. Just want to point out, if I've said you may or may not need deep sockets, just use deep sockets for everything. I went to AutoZone, bought every size of deep socket. Get a 24mm deep socket. Just save your time. Nobody tells you this in the videos, and they're really assholes for that because how am I supposed to know? Jesus. This was like at least a good 30 minutes of actual going back and forth and getting these. Just use deep sockets. Anyways, once you get the 24mm deep socket and you removed your tie rod, you're going to break these loose, this end. So this is the right side of the car, not this end. That's the actual bolt. You're just gonna break the nut loose, leave it on there, and then hammer it out. Told you to hammer this off. Then you get the strut. There's 15mm on the top. Slowly do it. And then up here, leave one threaded in so that it doesn't drop. And then once you get this disconnected and you see it lowering, with one hand, open the thread, and the other hand, grab it and pull it down. And then let this sit somewhere, you know, so it doesn't hang loose, because I don't want to do that either. If you can get your rotor off, do that, because otherwise it's just heavier and it's annoying. Now what I'm about to do is compress this, which is what I'm kind of scared of because I've never done this before. But I'm going to compress the spring and then install the lowering spring. The bigger one is for the front, the smaller one is for the back. This has been hard. Literally, I've spent probably like 2 hours just doing this one side. Now, of course, you have to factor in that I'm getting in, going back and forth, getting tools, and then I'm trying my best to do this slowly. You should be patient. If you're gonna do this at home, have patience. Okay guys, I'm just gonna update you. I finally got the original spring off. It was annoying because there's no information like how to use these stupid spring compressors on the box itself that it comes with, and then in the videos that I've seen, it doesn't show how to use it. So what I'm gonna also do in this video is show you guys how to use it if you don't know how to, and then hopefully apply the exact same method, because I've spent probably like 3 or 4 hours just trying to install this lowering spring because there's not correct information. It's so annoying because it should not be this difficult, especially with all the videos that they show. They're completing this rapidly. Okay, these three, grab one of these, compress it. Okay, this is just for like removing it as well as installing it back on. You're going to put it on 3 right here, then you're going to do the same here. So 3 this way. Compress it, it'll bite, it'll loosen it up. This will be on top. But what you're going to be doing, since you already took off those, I think there were 15s on the top, there's going to be a 21 millimeter on this very top right up here. After you compress it, whatever size your tool is, compress it, you're going to open this one up. So use an impact gun, make sure you're in an open space so it doesn't fly off. Use an impact, a 21, you're going to open it up, and then this cap should come off. It goes on here like this, as well as this comes off. And then you can decompress these springs like the original ones, switch it with the new ones, and then reinstall everything in the same way that you took it off. Okay guys, it's the next day. I had to give up at night because I got my impact charge again, but I finished everything. I re-put everything back in its place, torqued it down to spec, really just hand tightened it. Make sure, like, double check every single thing is tight. You don't want anything to be loose. Got it done on the top. Now I've been, working with the camera down, just trying to get it done with because I'm taking way too long. I took way too long yesterday, but it's a learning process. Like, if this is your first time doing it, it is gonna take you longer than what everybody else, shows. You have to get familiar with this area in your car. But once you do, you can knock it out. And that's what my goal is for today. So I'm gonna put this wheel back on and then start on the other side. Now, this is the second side of the front, so it's exactly the same as the other. So I don't know if you guys wanna see that, but just repeat everything, be patient, and make sure you're getting it all taken off correctly. Remember where you're putting everything. Don't strip anything. Don't use the impact gun to put everything back. Use it to maybe drill it, like, speed up the process, but don't tighten it with your impact drill. Don't ever do that. I'm gonna get back to it and I'll update you guys. Hey guys, I just wrapped up the driver's side. I'm gonna put the wheel back on and then let's see what difference this makes. This was actually so much faster. Just once you get used to it, you fly through it so much faster. I spent the whole damn day yesterday. Did this in probably like 30-40 minutes, to be honest. Alright boys, so I did get the front lowered and put the wheels on. I did take it out for a spin. I got a little bit excited, but this is how the front came out. Everything is so much lower. I had to take it for a spin because I do kind of like how the rear is looking, but I'm still gonna go ahead and install the rears. Now the rears looks like it's an easier install to do, so I'm hoping it stays that way. and I can knock this out within the same day, a couple hours. Once it gets the rears dialed in and installed, we'll see how that looks, but I'm really happy with how it's looking. And it does handle much more precise, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I'm gonna get to the rears and update you guys from there. Turning out pretty good. Okay guys, I got the wheel off. Now what we're gonna do is remove this strut. You need to use an 18mm here, and you're gonna use 15mm on the bottom. So I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna take off the brake line. This is a 13. So what you'll need is deep sockets for everything, just so you don't have to face any problems. 15, 13 I believe, 2 more 13s over there, 21 for the subframe, and another 21, and then have a jack. Use that to support your subframe, and then lower it as well with this, and make life much easier if you're doing this at home, which you most likely are since you're watching this video. Okay guys, we got the spring out. Now it is a little bit tricky. So again, what you have to do, there's gonna be a 21mm, like a big bolt right over here that you need to take out. That's part of your subframe. Okay, it's right there. There's gonna be 15s or 13s. Leave these ones in. Then there's gonna be a 21 right here. You're gonna lower it, but when you're doing that, have a jack right in place of your subframe, and then you should have a second person honestly help you get the spring out, because you're gonna lower the subframe as low as you can go, and you need somebody to press down on it, angle it out, and pull. Now what I'm doing is installing the new lowering spring. So you're gonna get this hub out, and it has grooves like notches. You're gonna make sure it matches on there and get it seated correctly, and then you just put everything in reverse. You're gonna put that back in, make sure everything fits on there as well, and then just bolt it back up, and then it's just, that's it. I'm gonna do that, and then I gotta do the other side as well. So I did install everything. Make sure you torque everything down. If you don't have a torque wrench, use a breaker bar, but hand tighten everything just to make sure that nothing's, you know, loose. I'll catch up with you guys after this battery charges up, and I need to eat some food anyways. I'm kind of exhausted, so I'll catch you guys there. But finish the install. All four. Look at this gap, man. Oh my. Now obviously they're gonna settle, so it might even lower a little bit, but it looks so good. I'm so thankful for how it looks. Mint. Alright boys, I'm gonna update you guys. I'm gonna drive around, see how it is. I'm gonna go get cleaned up first and let the car warm up. This is what it's looking like. Look at that tuck, man. Featuring my boy Bashar with this slow rover. This thing looks so sinister, bro. I'm gonna let it warm up and I'm gonna go shower. This thing rides like a dream. It's so smooth, and I mean these are normal roads. You know, nothing bumpy yet. I haven't experienced anything like that yet. But whenever I would go through these roads, I do remember with the stock springs, it was a little bit more bumpy and a little bit more aggressive. And these are lowered and tighter springs, but they ride so soft and very comfortable. And they give you that slow look, but they ride like this. I couldn't be more happy with this. SR Performance, they did a great job with these springs, and I'm actually really happy with how it is. I'm taking the car to go get it washed. I know it's not good for the paint, but it's just too hot outside, man. This Texas weather, if you guys live in Texas, you can relate. It says 96 degrees on my screen, but I promise you it's probably like 120, man. It's so hot outside. I would do it. I know I'm making excuses. I would do it myself, but it takes 5 minutes to get it done. I'm gonna wax the car anyways. So yeah, we'll just go do that, get some coffee, give you guys a little bit of clips, and probably just end the vlog after that. Hey guys, put up in this empty parking lot. Just got the car washed. Man, oh my god, it looks so good. I'm so happy with this. Like, I'm so happy with these lowering springs and just everything in general. Like, it looks amazing. I highly recommend these. Like, they're super comfortable. The fitment is just perfect in my opinion, like not too low, not too high. I definitely recommend it. The install, it was a little bit time consuming, but that's just because it was my first time. It's hot as balls outside, so I'm sorry if I'm sweaty or like I'm being hasty and jerky. It's really hot. I need to invest in a GoPro or something because recording on my phone is just too annoying. You can't even see yourself. But I wanted to close the video out here with the car looking clean and dialed in. I want to say thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to see more content of me and Satan, let me know what you guys want to see. Hit the like button, subscribe please, it would mean a lot. I really want to get into YouTube. Here's a little back shot for you guys. Jeez, man, that looks so clean. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up over here. I'm gonna head home before somebody fucking calls the cops or something. But thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for the next video.